Okay, in my first video, I talked a little bit about how to upload some images in the NextGEN gallery in your WordPress website. So right now, we're going to go to the screen. Remember, we just uploaded the images, so we're going to go to the site, and we did Jason Bourne. Now, I should have chose a different name because I'm sure some snarky person is going to tell me that I spelled Bourne wrong, but I was just going with an imaginary person. So anyway, so here we are. We're done uploading, and now we're going to come down here to Manage Gallery. So we are going to edit the thumbnails and take a look at our gallery. So let's go in here. We've got 17 images, so we're going to open it up. And in here you can add a description, you can do all kinds of things to help improve your SEO ranking. So, you know, by all means, do whatever it is you need to do. Now you can edit the thumbnail. For example, see these shoes? How, you know, part of the shoes are missing. We're going to just click Edit Thumb right here, and it'll come open with the shoes, and all you do is select the area you want to highlight to be your new thumbnail and kind of center the image where you want that to be. So that's probably good right there. Obviously it won't go past the top here. It wants to crop the image square, so all you do is click update, and you see that little red thing came up that said thumbnail updated. So just close this window. Most often the thing that happens in here are a lot of times a person's head is missing at the top of the image. So you want to, you know, just look in here and change it to whatever you need to do. Here's another one. I'm going to edit this thumbnail too. Although it wasn't bad, it's just the guy's head wasn't very clear. So, okay, so that's all you have to do, and then click update, and voila, there's a new thumbnail image. It is a good idea to add, you know, a description in here, tags. You probably need to do a little homework on tags. I'll get around to writing some articles about tags and things like that later on, but that's all we're going to do. I'm going to save the changes. You can sort the gallery if you would like, change the order that the gallery is in. So if you were to click on, the computer doesn't like to cooperate when I'm recording. It's really annoying. So anyway, you can sort the gallery. If you click on that, it'll take you to the gallery images, and you'll probably need to just play around with that. Now remember, when you upload images, you don't want anything past 1200. I think it's 1224 to be exact. The NextGEN gallery plugin does tell you the exact size. I think it's 1200 and something. But 1200 is plenty wide enough. For example, this image right here is past the 1200, but we'll take a look at it in the slideshow and see what happens. Maybe it's missing part of the image and maybe it's not. So, okay, so now you're probably wondering, well, now what do I do with my gallery next? That's a good question. So there's a couple ways that you can organize your photos. For the most part, it's a good idea to make a category with your particular customer's name. So for example, we did Jason Bourne wedding. We're going to want to go to posts and open up posts, because your client is most likely going to, you'll give them a whole post page. Now click on categories. Now I had already made a category in another video that was Jason Bourne, and I pretended that his daughter Valerie had got married, so I made it a subcategory. But I'll go ahead and show you here. So since I already did Jason Bourne, why don't I do, just test client 3. Now the category slug is just all lowercase with dashes in between spaces. For example, websites, URL addresses, etc. The search engines look at a dash as a space. So you're really not hurting anything by having spaces in your in your URL. It's just seen as a dash. So we're going to add this category. Now we want, maybe test client 3, we have a few, photos of their repeat customer. We know they probably have a graduation coming up because their youngest daughter hasn't graduated yet, and their oldest daughter just got married. So we could call this, let's think of a name. Let's see, Sally Test 3. So her name's Sally Test 3. And maybe it's her wedding. You can add wedding in here. Now for the category slug, it's all lowercase with a little dash in between. And you can, you can call it the exact same thing. I would suggest you do. In fact, we'll take out the Sally, the 3 up here. So that's probably getting a little retarded. Okay, now this is the part where you make a parent. So test client 3 is the mom and dad. And so now we're going to have a subcategory. So now we're going to click on add category, and now you'll see a little hyphen, a little dash under, beside the Sally Test wedding. That means, the dash means, see, for example, Valerie wedding. That's a child category, if you will, of Jason Bourne. And typically the child categories are listed below the parent category. So, it's WordPress does a lot of things really sharp and pretty smartly, so you wouldn't really have a problem there. Okay? So now we're ready to actually make a post and add our client's page. So that is going to be the next video. I don't want to make this too long because I get really impatient with long videos, and I don't want you all to have to suffer through a long video. So that's it, and go on to video 3.